here we are with some more bath advent unboxing. So I think we got up to day 10, so I'm gonna start with 11. Ooh, ah. And it's Snowflake Sparkle Bath Bomb. So how cute. And 12 is Staring Me in the Face. Oh, it's a little house. How cute is that little house? And it is Nutmeg and Ginger. Very nice. And then 13. 24 is really big. So 13 is, I think it's an angel. Is it an angel? I think it's an angel. And it's Jelly Bean. And then today is the 14th. So there we are. Not many left. Can you believe it's the 14th? I'm just in awe of it being the 14th. Oh! Oh! This might be my favourite one. How cute! I love it, I love it, I love it. And it is cocoa powder. I love it. Good morning and happy Vlogmas day 14. Woo! Can you believe we're 14 days into December? Like, it's like you just blink and time passes at the moment. Literally, it was the 3rd of December and then it's the 14th. I'm like, how did that happen? Crazy. I did a naughty last night, a very naughty. Actually, I did 2 naughties. The first one was that I stayed up till 1:30 reading. And so I'm very tired this morning. I don't even remember my alarm going off this morning, but my husband said that he woke me and nudged me, telling me my alarm was going off. And I must have just turned it off and I went back to sleep for another 45 minutes. And then I woke up and was like, what time is it? Did my alarm not go off? So I'm very tired, and it's that kind of tired where you want to cry kind of tired. And it's my own fault. I've only got myself to blame. But the second naughty refers to it because I said I was coming up to bed about 8, half 8 last night, I think it was, and I was gonna go to bed early and be a good girl. However, I ended up spending about just under 2 hours on this painting for my husband for his Christmas present. And I still have no idea if I'm gonna get it done in time for Christmas. I'm okay if it, like, I don't. I'm trying my hardest to get it done, but currently I've only spent about 3 hours on it, and I'm kind of, a lot of it is fiddly stuff and small, really small stuff, like the smallest brush like doesn't feel small enough. So this is the one that came with the set, so it's a pack of 3 that I got in the set, and I haven't used the other one, but the other one is just a bit smaller than that one. And these are my own, the white ones are my own. So I'm tempted to trim that one and make it a bit smaller to do the really tiny stuff, because it's just not, it's not fitting, it's not working at the moment. So I spent 2 hours doing that, and my husband didn't get home for about 10:30, and then my father-in-law is in America with his stepdaughter and her family in America, celebrating Christmas over there, because I've not seen them for a couple of years because of, they didn't go in 2019, they couldn't get over in 2019, and then 2020 happened, and so he's gone over on his own because obviously we lost my stepmom-in-law earlier this year. So they're 5 hours behind, so it was only like 5 o'clock tea time for them. So we ended up spending about half an hour on the phone to them chatting and getting a tour of the house. It's a ridiculous big house, and there's at least 8 Christmas trees in just the downstairs. It's that big a house. I was like, oh my god. So it's just nice that he got over there okay, because it was a few issues getting over there and stuff. And then it was gone 11 by the time we actually got to bed, and I was still wound up because I'd been painting and then talking and stuff like that, and I just hadn't wound down. I'd wound down watching Selling Sunset, and I should have gone to bed then. Also, is everybody ready for season 5 of Selling Sunset? I most definitely am. And obviously we all know the spoiler because you saw the trailer for season 5 at the end of season 4. Very excited. Yeah, so this is what I got up to. So I've just basically gone and done a lot of the big sections. I'm a bit concerned about the background, that it's gone a bit patchy at the top because I had to add some water, because you only get 3 of these for number 2. And I've used all of this one, I've used nearly all of this one, and then there's the number 2 in the pack left. And there's still loads of number 2s in the actual hand and face. So a bit concerned that I'm not going to have enough number 2s, although like the reviews said that you had enough. I'm just not 100% sure, and I need to go around the outline on the number 2 a bit better as well, because like I said, I'm thinking about thinning out the brush. But yeah, it's like this section here, I think it is, yeah, this section here, it looks really big close up, but when you pull away it's actually really tiny bits, and so they're the bits that I'm kind of dreading. The big bits have been really fun and really easy, and I really enjoyed it. So that is where I'm up to, and just for a reference, that's what it's supposed to look like. It's definitely not going to look like that. So yeah. And then quickly, just another couple of things. You'll have seen I did another COVID test this morning, and that was all clear. Whoops. So I've seen I did another COVID test this morning, and that was all clear. So I just think I've got a cold. I've had a Lemsip this morning and I'm feeling much better. I'm going to have another one before I start work. I also, yes, I am in the same outfit as yesterday because it's warm and it's cozy. I have a minimalist wardrobe. And the third reason as well is that my brother-in-law and his partner are coming tonight, and the plan is to go to the pub once my husband gets home from work. So I'll change later on in the evening. I'll put on a dress or a skirt and a top or something. And because I've got so much work still to finish, just putting on what I wore yesterday was simple and easy. My third and final top came from Vinted that I ordered. I was worried this is the top that wasn't going to turn up. It's meant to be another rusty orange top. Oh, it is. It's not the same. This is more of a brownie colour top. And I've just realised all of them are new look. It's really soft. I really like it. So I'll show you the others on the coat hangers, because I just don't have time to try them all on and look pretty for you guys. Sorry. Okay, so these are the 3 tops. This is the black one that I love and fits perfectly. And as I said before, I love the little sleeves and the buttons. And that one fits fine. Then we have this rusty orange one, which it's a bit tight here where the boobs are, so it would be fine with the vest top underneath it, and I had to open that button, and it'll be great when I lose weight and lose some of my boobs. There was like that tiny snag in the back, but otherwise it's a great top and I love it. I think this might be my favourite one of all three. And then there's this one, which now looking at it, I'm wondering and worrying it might be a bit low. I'm probably going to have the same thing. This is probably going to be a bit too tight here in this area. But this is more of a brown orange than a orange or even a rust orange. But I still like it, so I'll see what it looks like with jeans and a skirt another time. But they're the three tops. Do let me know which one you like the most. Like I say, I think this one is my favourite. And that one is, I definitely know that one's going to be an all year round one, and I can't wait to wear that one. It's warmer weather without any cardigans or anything on. And the same with both of those, to be honest. But yeah, exciting. I just want to talk about something that's called shelf development, as in actual physical shelf development, not self-development. Basically, the idea of shelf development is when you buy lots and lots and lots of self-development books and then take no action, and it just becomes shelf development because those books are just sat on your bookcase. And that has what I thought, that is exactly what I've fallen into over the last 3 years. I was going to say in the last year, but it's in the last 3 years. I started buying more self-development books in 2019 when we were living with my father-in-law and his wife at the time, and we spent about 6 months there, and I was on this journey of trying to build this different business and wanted to grow, and was connecting more with my spirituality and connecting more with the universe, which, you know, you can totally change the word universe to God or self or universe or something else. It's all how everyone interprets it, is what I think. And there are books that I bought from 2019 that I still haven't finished reading or haven't even started reading. For starters, I started this in 2019 and didn't finish it, even though I was really, really enjoying it. My coach at the time recommended that, and I haven't read it yet, and I got it in 2019. Also, a friend gifted me an Amazon voucher because I was going through a really tough time, and I bought this book in 2020 I think it was, and I still haven't read it. And I love Gabby's books, and that is just a very small section from the last 2 years. Like, there's tons of self-help books around me on these bookcases that I haven't finished reading, and I have a selection of them on my bed as well. So here's the thing, I'm not going to stop buying books because books make me happy, okay? And I'm going to talk about happiness in another vlog, hopefully. But I just want to share some of the books. I think these are all the books. I think these are all the books that I've bought this year alone that are self-development based. And I've not read them. I've not taken any action on them. I've maybe started 1 or 2 of them, but I haven't gone the whole way through and finished the entire book. And so this is me saying, hey, I am shit. I am stuck in shelf development, and over the next year I want to have progressed past this self-development and put it into self-development and start growing more as a person. So I'm going to show some of the books that I've bought, and I'll explain a bit why I've bought them as well. And I hope you enjoy this. If you're in a similar situation as well, do let me know. I really would probably love to have some sort of book club or something, like, so we can all make each other read books. I think sometimes that's what we need, is accountability to help us get through books, and then we can chat about what we've read and how it impacted us and things like that. That is really, I think, what I need. So maybe that's something for next year, 2022. But anyway, on to the books, the actual books. Okay, so this is my messy pile. Let's start with the most recent, shall we? This is my most recent pick. This is the small edition, kind of like the pocket version of Women Don't Owe You Pretty. It's a select amount of chapters with a new chapter added, and it was a £5, and I saw it in WH Smiths and really liked it. And so yeah, I'm planning on trying to read that next week when I'm officially off. So I'm going to start that next week. Okay, so we'll just quickly run through them. So I've got Women Don't Owe You Pretty. Meant to Be is Lisa Faulkner's journey to motherhood and adopting. It was £1 on Amazon with free delivery, or £1.29 or something like that. I couldn't believe it, so I had to get it. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Everyone's been talking about this for years, it feels like, and I do want to build better habits. I know I'd want to build better habits, so this is at the top of my pile to read. Make It Happen. This was in the works, which is a UK shop that does books and jigsaws and all sorts of stuff. Make It Happen. It's a manifesting book. It was quite cheap. I think it was about £4. I have started it and I flicked through random chapters, but I have not really put a massive dent into it. Again, another works book, The A to Z of Mindfulness, £3. I'm very addicted to mindfulness. And yeah, I've dipped into that. I haven't read it from A to Z, but yes, I have enjoyed what I've read of this, by the way. The Joy of Writing by Megan Hayes. I've been following Megan for years, and so I had to buy her books. I've read a couple of chapters of this. I really enjoyed it, but I haven't read it from front to back, and I need to finish it. Again, another Megan Hayes book, her first book, Write Yourself Happy, The Art of Positive Journaling. I'm a journaling addict. It's made my life so much better. Again, I've read chapters of this, basically 2 chapters of this, and haven't finished it or done anything with it. So yes, again. This one's a little bit different. This is Danny DePera from Positively Present on Instagram. And I've really enjoyed this, dipping into this when and as needed, because it's full of quotes and pretty graphics. It's not really something that you read back to back. So yeah, still not done all of it, but yeah, that's more of a dip in one. Start With Why. Everyone recommends this book, and when it comes to journaling, I always like to try and do the 5 whys, and so I thought this might be worth a read. But I haven't started it because I feel like I don't know what my purpose is. So how can I find my why if I don't know what I'm doing? But maybe it's worth a read because I don't know what I'm doing. Kind Words for Unkind Days, another works book. I think it says it all, really. When I'm feeling shit, I've read random chapters of this and have found it very helpful and useful. But again, I've been dipping in and out of it as is when I needed it, which I think is the great thing about this kind of book, really. That it's an as you kind of need it book. And then I'm doing a fake menopause at the moment, and I have the Period Power book. So this book came out this year. I pre-ordered it, and I flicked through stuff, and then I've got to an eating section or something, but I still haven't read it cover to cover. Need to finish. Self-Care for Tough Times. I got this at the beginning of the year when I was struggling with the loss of my stepmom-in-law, and we were on a lockdown again, and I've read a few chapters of this, and it's very helpful. But again, I've not read it from front to back. I've not read all of it. I started this, and because of this book, I actually applied to do journal therapy, which I'm hoping to complete next year. And yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing, but I'm not making the time to sit down and read it. And work with it and take what I've learned from it and stuff. I'm only 14 pages in, to be honest, and it is amazing. And the last book is Fern Cotton's Speak Your Truth. I am very much in with my intuition and thought it sounded interesting, and I liked the cover, and it's got a nice matte feel to it, and it's very nice without a cover on. I also have Fern's other 3 books, Calm, and Quiet, and haven't read those either, but I've had those for a year or 2 as well. So that is these are the books that I bought this year that I'm still haven't finished reading. So they are the books that I have not read this year that I have bought and have just been sat on my bookshelves, making my bookshelves look pretty and doing pretty much nothing else. I mean, quite a few of them I have flicked through, read a few chapters and things. So like I said, if I had to pull from all of them, I am planning to take this with me next week when I visit home. I'm going to be away for 2.5 days, so I'm planning to read this like on the train and when I'm waiting and things, as it's really slim and will definitely easily fit in my backpack. I definitely want to get deeper into this. This is amazing. If you're into journaling or writing, I definitely recommend this. It is quite an old one though. It is from, just trying to find a date, 2014. So it's been slightly updated, but it's not, it's some old stuff as well as mixed with a bit of newer stuff, but it's still really interesting, I think. And I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm only 14 pages in, and I'm primarily here, I feel like I'm primarily here to help women and to help them, you know, be better. That's as far as I've got, okay? But I have highlighted this passage that said males tend to benefit more from writing than females do. I think that is because women are better expressing themselves than men. But yes, I think that is definitely, and of course Atomic Habits is going to be on my list as well, because I want to build so many different habits and better habits, and not necessarily have routines, because I think routines can get to be a bit difficult, but sometimes it's just having one habit at a time and building on that habit until it becomes natural that you go into something else. Like this year, surprisingly, in the last couple of months, I've built my reading habit. I've always been a reader. As I've said before, I read at least 200 books a month. They are not generally self-help books. They are romance books, and I read about 200, but I would read 2 to 3, 4, 5 days a week. I wouldn't read something every single day, and now that has become an ingrained habit in me. In the last 65 plus days, I have read something every single day on my Kindle, on my phone, on the Kindle app, and it's counted towards that continuous login that's telling me how many days in a row that I've been reading. And I've gone past that point now where I'm like, if I don't read or get that little tick mark or whatever, then I failed. I don't feel that. And I'm still trying to build that habit with meditation. I meditate every day, but the way I do it isn't like necessarily the way, I don't use like the Calm app or something every single day, but I want to start using the Calm app and build that into a habit every single day is what I'm trying to say. I meditate for a couple of minutes every day on my own, but I want to start using the Calm app to deepen my meditation practice and get better at it. And journaling is something that I do at least 3 to 4 times a week. I think I would love it to be an everyday habit, but sometimes it just doesn't fit because I'm sick or I'm super busy or I just don't want to say anything right then and there. But I found that the more frequently I do it, the easier it is for me. And they're just 3 of the habits at the moment that are like my top priorities. That's not including anything else. Like at the moment, adding exercise in would be something I want to do in the new year, making that a better habit, and things like that. And I know you can make them better by having them as a routine, but I'm more interested in habit stacking, which is something that James Clear talks about. And it's a really simple one, to be honest. It's just when you do one habit, it triggers you to do the next habit. For example, if you normally brush your teeth every morning, then start adding flossing to it, and then you floss your teeth after every time you brush your teeth, that sort of thing. So yeah, that is my shelf development, and I will hopefully be coming next year talking about some of these books and, you know, chatting to you about them and what I've learned and things like that, because it's not just the reading that I want to be doing, I want to be taking action on the things that I'm learning in these books. So yeah, if you have any books that you haven't read that are your shelf development, not your self-development, your shelf development like I have, do let me know. And if you've read any of these books that are there, or you want to, you know, form a little book club to read the books together, do just drop me a comment and let me know. I'd be happy to you know, do that with you.